Hello everyone, this is the Final Bosman, and on today's episode I got some hot tips. Welcome to the show. I am Kyle Bosman, and I can't believe last weekend happened. I can't believe that whole shindig went off without a hitch. What happened last weekend? Well, on Friday we saw the Game Awards, and on Saturday and Sunday we saw the PlayStation Experience. Or just PlayStation Experience. If you're still confused, that's fair. Those things did not exist 1 year ago. Those are brand new things that suddenly appeared. The Game Awards. This is Jeff Keighley's production. After what I think we could all agree upon is a turd. That was VGX. That was a regular old turd. Jeff said, you know what, Spike TV? I don't need you anymore. I'm out of here. Goodbye. I'm gonna make my own award show. And then he did, and he did it better than Spike TV ever did. The best video game awards. Good job, Jeff. What's weird, I was thinking about this. Jeff Keighley, he's the only person in the United States who could have made that award show happen. Isn't that bizarre? If Jeff Keighley left, if he ran away, joined the circus, that show would have never happened. That's what the power of a Keighley is awe-inspiring. The control he has. He could do anything he wants, and he makes the Game Awards. Okay, let's talk about the PlayStation Experience. Again, just PlayStation Experience. No the, I think. Stupid name. Why is the word experience in it? Okay, PlayStation Experience. This was an expo/convention, fan-oriented, much akin to BlizzCon. People pay for tickets to this. However, leading up to it, they kept announcing, we're gonna have announcements. Get excited, everybody, announcements are coming. So it sort of became its own E3. It grew and grew and grew, expectations rose, and somehow PlayStation Experience almost met those expectations. So after this weekend, both events were not here a year ago, were huge successes. I hope they become tradition. Wow, I can't believe they both happened and went well. It would be foolish to complain about them. However, that's my job. So today I want to give a little friendly advice, little tips, some pro strats. So today's episode, for everybody out there in the video games biz, here are some pro strats for the future! Welcome to the future. What is this place? The year is 2015. You are Kyle Bosman, age 30. You like video games. True! This is your video game console. Pro Strat 1. Make sure what you're announcing is worth announcing. I bet a lot of people already know where I'm going with this one. Into the keynotes. Let's hop into that. The keynote to PlayStation Experience. Pretty late. You know, this is the time for big announcements. Final Fantasy producer Shinji Hashimoto takes to the stage. What is going to happen? He puts a logo up of Final Fantasy VII on the screen and just says, hey, why don't you watch this trailer? You know what that trailer announces? The 2012 version, the PC version of Final Fantasy VII is coming to the PlayStation 4 in the spring of 2015. Launching exclusively, mind you, with enhanced graphics. And he was shouting it like this was all great news, and then said, okay, that's it, I'm getting back on my plane. Did they like it? I don't care. Because that's what I don't think he does. I think what is so frustrating about that is that Square Enix doesn't know that that is not what we wanted. That's not gonna get us excited. When people say Final Fantasy VII, I don't agree with these people. I don't want a remaster. I don't want a remake of Final Fantasy VII. But that was nothing. You announced nothing at this event. If I were to sit down with Mr. Hashimoto in a professional interview and say, Mr. Hashimoto, thank you for joining us. Do you know why what you did was offensive? He wouldn't know. He was like, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't. I gave everybody that thing they were asking for. All right, so here's my advice. If you are a large video game company, hire someone to just read the internet all day. Hire a person who will sit at a desk and just read NeoGAF all day long. Because then when it comes time, you can say, hey, Simon's your NeoGAF guy. You say, hey, Simon, are people gonna like it when I go up on stage and I say that the PC version of Final Fantasy VII from 2012 is coming to the PS4 in the spring of 2015? No. Oh. Really? Okay. I guess I have to ask, why not? Well, there's a few weird errors in the translation, so people don't even like that part that much. It's not a big deal. Like, listen, if you just put it on Twitter one day, it'd be huge. You'd get like 1,000 retweets, bro. But because it's that type of announcement is not worth flying to the United States for and then shouting out at a stage to hundreds of people who paid to be there. You shouldn't do that. Oh. Oh. Thank you, Simon. You are an asset to this company. You're welcome, Mr. Hashimoto. Pro Strat 2, Reggie, stop pushing people around. So, leading up to the Game Awards, Nintendo was announcing announcements. Get excited, we have some huge announcements happening at the Game Awards. Everybody watch, here's the link. It's gonna be huge. The announcements were, we got 2 new level packs for Mario Maker. Everybody? We got a competitive multiplayer mode for codename Steam. Everybody? Oh yeah, we got the gameplay premiere of the new Zelda game. Yes, that was it. That was one big announcement. That was a huge announcement, but that was only one big announcement. And Reggie is not pulling a Hashimoto here. Reggie knows. Reggie knows he had one big announcement. He was not walking to the Game Awards with his briefcase and I got 3 big announcements. I got 3 announcements in my briefcase. Can you imagine if you could just walk in with a briefcase and be that happy? I'm walking into work. Okay. I think this is a classic example of the 10 things I hate about you scenario. To our younger viewers, 10 things I hate about you. Classic tale of a father with 2 daughters. He has one popular daughter who's super cute and one outcast daughter who's a total loser. And he says, when the cute one wants to go to prom, yeah, you can go to prom as long as you find a date for your frumpy sister. So both daughters have to go to prom in order for any of them to go to prom. So in this scenario, Zelda is of course Larissa Olenek, and codename Steam, very clearly that dowdy Julia Stiles. Meanwhile, I have to be Heath Ledger. But this is common in showbiz. This is your type of thing. You want Ariana Grande? Fine, but you're gonna also have to book Coldplay. Ugh. Fine. That's the thing, is we always say fine because we want Ariana Grande, we want Zelda. Zelda's a good get. Let me make this clear. I don't blame Jeff for saying yes to that. If I'm in charge of the Video Game Awards and Reggie comes to me and says, yeah, I'll give you Zelda, but I want a half hour of Mii's. I'm like, what do you mean half hour of Mii's? So open on the Mii Plaza, let them wander in. Just hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. Me. Hello. Hi. Hi. Me. Hello. Hi. Bleep. Bleep. Hi. Hello. I'm sick. Okay. Hello. I'd say, yeah, Reggie, that's fine, dude. Let's do it. Because that is a good get. So the person I'm not mad at Jeff. I'm mad at Reggie. And people like Reggie, not specifically Reggie. He probably didn't make this call. Reggies of the world, we know you love both your daughters, but they don't both have to go to prom. Sure, let the cute one, let the one who looks like Alex Mack go to prom. Absolutely, she's gonna have a great time. However, that other one doesn't necessarily have to go to prom. There are plenty of people out there who are not fit for prom. And you don't have to be like, that's weird, why don't you like prom? It's totally normal to not like prom. Okay? Some people are gonna go to prom, probably have a miserable time. You know, and they're gonna turn out fine. It doesn't mean they're abnormal. You know, they're gonna grow up and have a weekly web show that keeps getting worse and worse ratings. It's gonna be fine for them. But seriously, in seriousness, Reggie, don't take codename Steam and put it up in the spotlight that is the Game Awards. Because honestly, frankly, that is a cheap looking trailer for a cheap looking game. And it makes the award show seem cheaper, and it makes your company look little out of touch. It reflects poorly on Nintendo to put Codename Steam trailer within the Game Awards show. Hey everybody, you liked Fire Emblem? You're gonna love this. No, you know what? Bonus pro strat right now. If you're basing your estimates of how well that game will sell on Fire Emblem, stop that. Let me stop you right there. Don't do that. This is not the same game. Oh, it's like, here's President Lincoln, a little cartoon version of him. You want to play that? No, I do not. Pro Strat 3, bury the word exclusive. So, one thing I'm always begging for, and one thing Sony did in their keynote, is they were very specific. I'm gonna keep rolling about the word exclusive. They were very explicit. Destiny has exclusive content. Back in my day, you could just say the word exclusive content, people go nuts. Today, you gotta be specific. They said every little stupid individual gun and stupid like neon knee pads that you will get if you're a PlayStation owner, and you'll get in months from now if you're an Xbox owner. Fine, thank you for being specific, I guess. Adam Boy's just coming out there doing his duty. Every launch that was mentioned said console exclusive, or exclusively launching on, or launching on, meaning not exclusive at all. Thank you for being specific in all of these things. I don't have much of a taste for it, specifically the Destiny things. Oh look, you get this little shark gun if you're a PlayStation owner. Your Xbox friends will have to wait months for this. Fine, like okay, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I get it. Anyway, of course, the biggest exclusive announcement of the weekend, biggest news of the weekend, biggest news of the year, I think it's pretty big. Street Fighter V exclusive to PS4 and PC. Whew, what an announcement that was, leaked, obviously. Let's do another side pro strat, bonus pro strat. If you have a trailer for a game that's not announced yet, and a game that's not even hinted at, nobody's whispering about this game right now. If you got one of those, treat it like a nuclear missile. Get a key to get 2 keys. Give one to this high-ranking person and this one to this high-ranking person, and they're enemies. They don't even like each other. Those 2 people have to put the keys in and twist it for that video to go live on YouTube. Because like, there's no reason for that to leak on YouTube. That's too big. That's so silly. That was your own dumb fault. Okay, anyway, back to talking about Street Fighter V. The exact words Adam Boyes used: PS4 will be the only console Street Fighter V ever appears on. Okay, despite what it means, that is very clear. That is very clear because it does not include the word exclusive. Because we use the word exclusive so much that it's lost meaning. That sentence, the only console Street Fighter V will ever appear on, that is a very clear sentence, and it's because the word exclusive is not in it. If I could set video game biz aside for a moment and talk to video game fans, we got to do some work on this one. We have to do some reading between the lines about what kind of exclusive scenario this is. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, look at similar situations. Rise of the Tomb Raider, multi-platform game, exclusive sequel, right? The last one, Tomb Raider, multi-platform. This game was announced at E3 with no particular platforms mentioned, and then at Gamescom, Xbox 360, Xbox One exclusive this holiday. Really strange. We'll never mention what happens after this holiday. Microsoft is publishing this game for Xbox. Like, what is going on? I do not think that is a forever exclusive because it hasn't been stated as such. Like Titanfall was. Titanfall, that game, Titanfall 1, forever exclusive on Xbox One, PC, and Xbox 360. Will never appear on a PlayStation 4 and PS3. And I feel bad about this. I thought, wrong-headedly, hey, they're just throwing money at the team. It turns out Titanfall was in rough shape. Titanfall was almost not going to happen, and Microsoft saved Titanfall. Huge kudos to Microsoft for doing that, and bad on me for like jumping to conclusions there. However, again, that's a game that almost didn't happen. Saved, forever exclusive, fine, great, thank you. Similar one to that thank you is Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 2 was practically canceled. Sega wanted nothing to do with it. Nintendo said, yeah, sure, we'll take that. Nintendo has that game, Bayonetta 2, a forever exclusive. Bayonetta 2 will never appear on other consoles. And I'm sure looking at the sales, Sega was like, oh my gosh, we dodged a bullet on that one. That's worse than what we thought it would have done. However, Nintendo's like, hey, this is great. And more importantly, people who played Bayonetta 2 said, yes, this is great. Thank you. Thank you for making this happen. So back to Street Fighter V. If we're thinking about this game, forever exclusive, I think now probably means this game was in rough shape. This game may not have happened if it weren't for Sony's money. That's the best we can assume until it's clear. And then so going back to Video Games Biz, thank you Video Games fans for talking to you. Video Games Biz, you should probably make these things clearer. Thank you for being clear about the type of exclusivity. I'd love if you would be more clear about why. Because when you say this game will never be on Xbox One, you are hurting feelings. You are hurting people who love this franchise. I realize you're making some people very happy, some others hurt. So maybe the reason why, even if it's just, oh, well, we paid them this much money for them not to have it on Xbox One. Because going back to all those other examples, I don't think any developer or publisher would be willing to do a forever deal for a certain check. You know, a forever deal kind of means, hey, we couldn't have done this without this. Even in the case of Street Fighter V, sequel to a very popular Street Fighter IV, direct sequel to a not very popular Ultra Street Fighter IV. That's all messy business. I don't know. I don't think Microsoft's even mad. I think Phil Spencer, in his heart of hearts, says, what? I got Killer Instinct. And I own Killer Instinct. Who cares? You know, look at Metacritic. They're about the same. Look at Street Fighter, that's nothing. Huh? They're both at Evo. Chill out, everybody. I'm Phil Spencer. That's Phil Spencer voice? All right. But maybe he's right. Maybe we should chill out. Anyway, that is the episode for this week. If you're on Twitter, you can find me at Kyle Bosman. I'll be back here next Wednesday. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Mr. Hashimoto.
Hey, Simon? Yeah? Did you say something? You say something creepy? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I guess I misheard something. Okay, you have a good day, okay, Simon?
Yes, sir, Mr. Hashimoto.
Okay, Simon, I'm right here this time. I saw you do that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. You're being a creep. Okay, I should have known it. If we're gonna hire someone to read NeoGAF all day, he's gonna be a creep.
I don't like the way you're talking to me, Mr. Hashimoto.
Oh my god. You're not from NeoGAF at all, are you?
That pigsty? No. I'm from the Game FAQs forums, you fool.